Presale versus resale. In this video, we'll be covering and I'm going to be walking you through the differences between presale or pre-construction versus resale advantages and disadvantages. Stay tuned because at the end of this video, I also will be sharing a bonus that you don't want to miss. Axel Ziba here, managing broker and founder at Maxwell Realty, and I'd love to share my experience here with you in differentiating presale versus resale. It is unfair to answer the question whether resale is better or presale because generalizing this question, it might not work for your favor. It is best to specifically analyze each buyer's motivation and financial status before answering this question. But we can get into advantages and disadvantages and you can judge. Number one is design selection. In presale case, you can certainly have your own liking in terms of the finishes and the theme, whether it's a dark theme or light theme, and the cabinetry and many other things that is come sweet to your tooth. Versus resale, that is an existing product, which for changing that, you need to spend money. Number two is moving. In presale case, you have ample time for preparing for your move. Moving and relocation in many cases for many buyers are not easy. And having that ample time, it's certainly advantageous. Versus resale that you have to fairly and relevantly move quicker and be ready to relocate. Number three is time. Most presale developers are flexible in collecting the deposit. Meaning if there's a 20% deposit requirement, they will split this payment into intervals of time, and there is plenty and ample time for many buyers to save up and come up with that money. Versus resale homes, you have to have that down payment, which partially existing of your deposit in hand before committing. And that's going to bring us to number four, and that's mortgage approval. In presale cases, many buyers, they don't need a confirmation of approval. I'm not saying you should not be going through pre-approval to understand your affordability range and understand your financial position, but you do not require a firm approval from any bank since the development is getting ready a few years from now. But in resale, you sure need your pre-approval and certainly need your confirmation of approval when it comes to mortgage. Let me expand this a little bit further. Presale is suitable for buyers that they are not ready to commit and they don't have enough savings or cash payment or possibly even enough credit to purchase a home. So it would give them enough leverage and a time so they can accumulate their credit, their down payment, and getting themselves ready for the lender's requirement. Regardless, it is super important to get your mortgage pre-approval to understand your affordability level. I work with top mortgage advisor in Vancouver and I'll be happy to share their information with you. Give me a call, make a complimentary appointment and consultation, and let's chat. Number five is warranty. Based on BC Housing, any new development should have 2, 5, and 10-year warranty. 2 years on labor and material, 5 years on building envelopes, and 10 years for building structure. Versus resale that you may not have an existing remaining warranty. But hey, this may not be a disadvantage as you may be able to purchase a resale home that has existing and remaining warranty yet. Number six, property tax transfer fees or PTT. Property transfer tax fees, they have exception. And in case of a presale or brand new development, if your property is up to $750,000 plus some other exceptions, which I'm going to type it into the description below, you may qualify for not paying the property tax transfer fees versus resale, which you have to put that money aside. Wondering how much are the property tax transfer fees? Call me, let's do a quick consultation and I can send you the link on to direction of how the property tax transfer fees work. Number 7 is anticipation of market growth and appreciation. In pre-sale, most cases, if the real estate market trends go upward at the completion date, you may benefit from equity that you have not spent much of expenses, such as you did not have condo fees, you did not have closing fees, you did not have any mortgages, or you did not pay any property taxes. In those cases, you would benefit from an equity based on your down payment versus resale where your expenses starts right away, and if your property has appreciated, then you have to deduct those costs already. Now let's talk about disadvantages and let's compare the two together. Number 1, pre-sales are generally more and they have higher dollar per square foot versus resale properties where they are priced based on CMA or comparison market analysis, or they just go based on dollar per square foot that is existing. Number 2 is negotiation. Pre-sales tend to be non-negotiable. This may seem wrong to say because some developers, based on the market, they can easily negotiate the price with you. I'm not going to say versus resale, same thing as resale properties, that your price that you see on the market, that's not the price you pay for. And depending on the market, that price has been calculated based on the CMA, so you as a buyer can come in and make an offer. Number 3 is cash flow. In resale properties, the cash flow, if you plan to rent the property, starts right away, versus pre-sale that you have to wait until closing to get the cash flow. This may be, again, irrelevant if you're planning to live in that property. Number 4 is imagination versus reality. In pre-sale, you buy a contract and a purchasing promise versus resale properties where you buy an existing entity. In pre-sale, developers provide you with rendering, model homes, and some images so you can definitely make an educated decision of what the future of that project looks like. I'm not going to say versus resale, I'm going to say in comparison to resale where you actually buy what you see and you can see the reality. Number 5 is uncertainty versus certainty. In pre-sale, future may be uncertain. For example, number 1, developers may charge you more if there is inflation or increase in the cost of labor and material, and that's without the notice. Number 2 is finishes and floor plan. Developers may change the floor plan or even change the finishes without any notice. And number 3, there could be many other uncertainty in the future as nobody can predict, versus resale properties that you can see and judge what you're buying at this moment, understanding the trends. Now, both can be positive or not positive based on how you can judge the situation. Number 6 is 5% GST. In pre-sale case, since it is new development, 5% GST is applicable versus resale properties that mostly they don't get GST applicable. I mentioned mostly since some of the resale properties, they also get 5% GST. For instance, if they have a substantial or fully renovation. I'm not a tax advisor and taxes are outside of my expertise. I work with top lawyers, accountants, and top professionals in this industry. Book a call below, book a complimentary consultation, and I'll be happy to share those contacts with you. Number 7 is contract. In pre-sale, the contract and the agreement is written by developers' lawyers. Is it biased for the developer and it is to the advantage of the developer? That is something that you definitely need a legal advisor. On the other hand, resale properties contract or purchase agreement is drafted by real estate association. Your representative as a realtor can benefit you as a buyer by inserting the condition and subjects that benefits you the most. Number 8 is home inspection. In pre-sale, you get to do the inspection and walkthrough after you already committed and paid your full deposit and down payment, and in some cases, you may have already closed the transaction. Versus resale properties where you get to do your due diligence, including home inspection, prior to your actual commitment and subject removal date. At the beginning of this video, I mentioned I have a bonus to share. I have one of the most hands-down ultimate pre-sale guides that I'm happy to share with you today by you providing your information so I can send it to your inbox. Go to the link below in the contact and send me your information so I can share this valuable information that you can benefit from. Thanks for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up and a like, and follow my channel as I do weekly videos just like this one, and I hope you enjoy it.